Hello guys, in today's video we're going to take a look at this little radio. This is from a company called Retekess, who are a sponsor of the channel. So today we're going to take a look at one of their products. Retekess are a company that specialise in all sorts of RF technology. So they have things like radios, they could have intercom systems for paging guests in like a hotel. They have radio systems for instruments, like for getting your signal from your guitar to your amplifier. All sorts of RF technology they specialise in. Today we're going to take a look at this little radio, which is actually a mix between your traditional AM FM radio and an MP3 player. Really, it has its own built-in battery. I think it's 1000 milliamp hours is on the pack here. Yeah, 1000 milliamp hours, so it's quite a big lithium ion battery, I presume. And we have a built-in MP3 player basically, so we should be able to get all our music onto this without much trouble. So there's a good bit of weight to it. I'd say it is the battery that you can feel there, and we have our power cable bubble wrapped in here. There's our little radio and quite an extensive instruction booklet, so you don't have a booklet like that when it's just an AM FM radio. So this model is the V115 and it's nice and compact. The buttons don't feel too bad, they feel like they'll last a while. You have one speaker here. We have a bass speaker on the back, looks like. On this side we have our USB input for charging. We have, it says TF card there, I think that's like a small SD card. I should have some of them. We've headphones here and a line in, I guess, for a microphone. On the top obviously we have our radio antenna, and then on the back is going to be our battery. Okay, so it looks like the battery comes in a little bag so that it's not connected, and it looks a lot like a mobile phone battery, which I'd imagine is what it started off life as. So I guess now we'll be able to power it on. So obviously we didn't get connected to anything straight away because the antenna's packed in there. Let's see what other modes. That's an AM mode. You get an AM FM with this switch. It knows that we don't have an SD card, so it won't let us change that.
A few moments later.
Well, it wasn't actually only a moment since I shot the last clip. It's been actually about 3 weeks, and over those 3 weeks at the weekends I've been doing a little bit in the garden, and this radio came in very handy. What I did mostly with the SD card on the side here, I was able to copy across all my music that I listen to in the car. It's onto a 32 gig micro SD card, I think, and put that in here and it's handled that no problem. 32 gigabytes of data without any issues. You can see there's 2625 songs it's shown at the minute, so it's quite a lot of music that it's able to kind of keep track of, or a lot of files that it's able to keep track of, and it is no problem. I'll give you an example here. So before the copyright guys from YouTube show up, that is just a little example of the music working on it. The memory card is working perfectly fine there. When you're in the memory mode, if you know what song you want to go to, you can just type in a number and it will go to that song. Just give it a second. And there we go, we've gone to this Maniac 2000 song. In addition to the memory card, we have the FM AM, which I mentioned before. This SW is actually shortwave, and what I discovered was I was able to pick up some radio stations in Eastern Europe with that. They were a bit sketchy, it wasn't coming in very clear, but you know, I'm on the very west end of Europe, and those radio stations were coming from some of the countries to the very east of Europe, so that's quite a distance, and we were picking up some different languages there. Also picking up some stuff in like Germany and more central Europe. You can see on the internet there's a list of like shortwave frequencies that you can try and listen into, and it seemed to me like the languages were kind of matching up with the frequencies on what I was seeing. If we want to navigate in our kind of MP3 player mode, we can hold in the play button, and then we can see our different options here. So that's the directory, the play mode, equalizer, and just to go back, so if we go into our directory, so you can see there are all the songs that are just listed there. Go up a level, now we're into all the different folders that there are. So we were in dance, but there's a bunch of different folders that we can choose from. So we can look at the play mode. So you have random, repeat one, repeat the folder. So a good few options there. Equalizer, you have normal, pop, rock, jazz, classic, country, low bass. So that's obviously going to change the sound of the speaker. It'll probably give it a little bit more bass, because don't forget we have a bass speaker on the back here. I'll put it in rock mode. I don't know exactly what difference it makes. And I think that was all that was in that menu. So the last feature that's pretty interesting on this little radio is that we can record various audio with it and save it direct to our SD card. There are 3 ways you can record with this little radio. There's the microphone on the top. We have a line in on the side here, so you could use a lapel mic or just a normal microphone, or maybe record from an instrument, something like that. And then you can record the radio station that you're listening to. So if you're going to be appearing on the radio or something, you could record the radio show so that you'd have that for future, I guess. And I think that pretty much covers all the features of this little radio. For the price, it's pretty impressive. You have a decent battery life, you have pretty good sound, you have the ability to cope with a fairly big SD card, as what I was doing, and then you have all the features for recording and for tuning into your radio stations and multiple different modulation types, and you're getting all that for around about €20, so that is pretty impressive. So a big thank you to Retekess for sending in this little radio. If you want to get one for yourself, make sure and check out the link in the description below. And yeah, I don't think you can go too far wrong. It seems to be a lot of bang for buck with this little radio. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little review video, and as always, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you don't want to miss out on the next video, click the subscribe button below and get the bell on for notifications. A big thanks to all our patrons, sponsors, and you guys buying the PCBs for your own projects. That all helps to support the channel and keep the content coming. And speaking of content, there should be links on the screen now to a few more videos if you want to keep watching. And if you go to the channel homepage, you'll see that there are plenty of playlists there to check out. But that's all I have for today, so I'll see you in the next video.